Hi there, this is Kristen over at the Southeast Regional Library. I'm so glad you could join me today. I'm going to be showing you how to make these cute little pom-pom ice cream cones. We'll go over some of the supplies that are needed and also a couple different options on how you can make these pom-poms. I would recommend this craft for adults and maybe teenagers as well. Kiddos, if you want to try this craft, maybe get some grown-up supervision because we will be using some materials that are a little bit difficult, like our hot glue gun here. We'll be needing one of these as well as hot glue sticks. We've got just a jar or some circular object to trace. We have some cotton fluff here. We also have our yarn. You can use any color you want. You can even use multiple colors to make this effect here. We also have a ruler. We've got a couple pairs of scissors, and then we have this pom-pom maker. This is what I used to make my poms, but there are also some ways to do it with cardboard, so I will show you that as well. And then last but not least, we also have some felt for the cone. Like I mentioned, I used an actual pom-pom maker for my poms. You can find these at your local craft store like Joann's, Michael's, or on Amazon. They're fairly inexpensive, but if you do want to just do everything yourself, we have our piece of cardboard here. And then I also have a smaller mason jar. I don't really know what size this is, but I used the top of the jar as my circle template. And then I took my Sharpie and I just traced around. Doesn't have to be a perfect circle. You can just trace it around to get your circle shape. And then once you have that, you can set that aside. And then I took a quarter. You can kind of experiment with different shapes and sizes, but I just thought a quarter would be the best size for this project. And I placed it as in the center as I could, and then I also traced another circle on the inside of our larger circle. Again, does not have to be perfect. Mine kind of looks a little off center, but that's okay. And then what you want to do is you want to take your ruler and you just kind of want to make a couple lines, straight lines from the center of your inner circle to your outer circle. So you'll make one like that, and then also one on the other side, just so that way we have this template here that we can cut out. So then once you have this, you'll take your scissors. This might be a little bit rough just because the cardboard's kind of thick, but just cut it to the best of your ability. Go ahead and keep cutting. I'm doing the outside edge first. There's not really an order that you need to cut this in, but this will just make it easier for you to handle it as you're cutting the stencil. So then you cut one of the straight lines, and then you'll cut the other straight line. This part might be a little more difficult, again, just because of the material. I'm actually going to just go ahead and cut into the middle circle because we'll be cutting this part out anyway. So this will just make it, hopefully make it a little bit easier for us to navigate the cutting. So we'll just keep going like this, and then also on this edge as well. And there we go. We've got our C shape. So you'll want to do that twice. So you'll just do the same process over again on a different piece of cardboard. So that way we have two that we can hold together for the yarn. All right, so once we have our cardboard pieces cut out, we're going to go ahead and lay them together facing the same way. And we're going to take our yarn and we're going to make a little bit of a tail. Just hold it down with your thumb and then just start to wrap the yarn around the cardboard here. This is just to make sure that the yarn doesn't slide around or unravel on you while you're working on this part of the project. I didn't take an official count of how many times I wrapped the cardboard or how much yarn I used, but just keep in mind that if you you would like to have a bigger, poofier pom-pom, you're gonna wanna use a lot of yarn, so just keep wrapping it until it's almost full. If you want a smaller one, then you don't necessarily need to have as much yarn. But I'm gonna keep wrapping this, and then I will show you what I end up with. So this is what I ended up with. As you can see, it's pretty full. Again, if you want to make it even bigger, you can, and just keep wrapping until you fill as much as you can in the middle here. But I think this will be a pretty good size pom-pom, so we're going to go ahead and stop here. One thing I was going to mention, in order to make the two-tone colors or multiple colors, all you want to do is just pick your first color, start wrapping, do a layer of that, and then you can take your second color or third color, however many you have, and you can just kind of randomly wrap those in the layer. And you'll just want to keep it separate from your primary color. So that's how that works in order to get that polka dot effect for your pom-pom here. So we'll just go ahead and continue with this one color, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut the yarn. And then from here, what we're going to want to do is take our pom-pom maker, and we're going to take our smaller scissors. These are better for cutting thicker yarn like this here. So we're going to go ahead and just use these. You're going to want to go in the center of the cardboard pieces, and it might be a little tough just because there's so much yarn to work through, but you're just going to keep cutting it into two different sides here. So we'll just keep cutting. And if you don't have small sharp scissors like this, you probably could use these. It might just take a little bit longer to get through the yarn. But okay, so now we should have something that looks a little like this. It's starting to look like a pom-pom. So now what we want to do is we want to make sure it doesn't all fall apart on us. We'll just take another piece of yarn. I didn't measure this, I just kind of eyeballed it, but you basically just want enough so that way you can go into the middle of the cardboard, come around to the back, and then I like to make a double knot on one side, so I'll do that here, and then I'll wrap it around to where we started and just do a single knot on this side, just so that way we can make sure that the pom-pom is going to stick together and it's not going to fall apart when we start working with it. Then you can take your cardboard pieces off, and you should have something that looks a little like this. It's kind of messy, but we'll go ahead and trim up the edges and make it more into the pom-pom shape. All right, so now we can start shaping our pom-pom. I'm using these scissors because these seem to work pretty well. So I'll just go ahead and start trimming the edges of the yarn, just so that way it kind of looks a little more dense. The closer you cut to the center of the pom, the more compact it's going to be. So I think we're going to try to aim for that because we are trying to fit these into the little cones. So go ahead and just keep trimming around the edge. Sometimes that helps to kind of fluff it up because sometimes you'll find ones that have been hiding. And then you can just go ahead and keep trimming the edges, and you'll just keep doing this until you get to the shape that you like. I think it looks pretty good. You will get a chance to kind of take a look at it later when it's in the cone, and you'll have another opportunity to trim any of the long edges that appear. So we'll go ahead and make our cone next. What we want to do is take our felt, we'll set our little pom-pom aside, and then just based off of the size of the felt that I was working with, I tried to find something that would fit, and then you can just roughly trace it with a marker, and then making sure I don't get any on the table. And then you'll have your circle there, and then I would recommend cutting on the inside of the marker, just so that way when we go to make the cone, we won't have any of the marker visible on the inside or the outside of the cone. So we'll go ahead and cut our circle out. And of course, if you're making bigger size poms or ice cream cones in general, you can always make bigger stencils and use more felt. So that's an option as well. Okay, now that we have our felt circle, what I did next was I just kind of started playing around with folding it just to see where I wanted my cone shape to lay when you fold the one side over the other. It's really up to you, whatever way that you like to do it. You can have the seam in the middle, you can have it off to the side. Again, it's totally up to you. You can also use burlap, which I don't have with me today, but that's another thing that I've seen done in other crafts where it looks more like a waffle cone. So that would be fun to add that later or use that to begin with. So once we have our cone shape that we like, what we'll do is we'll just keep one side folded over, and then very carefully with your hot glue gun, you'll just do this area where you know that the other side is going to overlap, so that way we don't have it showing when we fold the other side of the felt over. So make sure you don't burn your fingers. Kids, if you're going to be doing this, make sure to get some help from your grown-up. And just fold it over, and you can hold it down for just a few seconds just to make sure the glue dries okay. And there we have it. If you want to go back in, if it doesn't seem like it's all the way on, you can always go in and add some more glue. I think it's fine for now, so we'll just go with this. And then the next step is to take our cotton fluff and to just stick some all the way to the bottom of the cone, just so that way it keeps its shape. Like that. And then we'll take our palm, and I just kind of like to look at it to see where the palm is going to lay in the cone. Sometimes if you cut your palm too short or too small, it might look like it might just look kind of funky because it won't fit in the cone the best. But what you can do is you can always take your scissors and you can trim along the edge of the cone like this, just so that way it's a little bit shorter. And then there, that looks nice. It just kind of sits in there. So then what we'll do next is we will again carefully take our hot glue gun. We're going to put some hot glue along the top of the fluff here, and then we're also going to take it along the inside edge of the cone as well, just so that way the palm has something to stick to on top and inside of the cone. So I kind of like to look at the palm just to see which side I like the best for the front of it. We'll just go with that. That looks fine to me. And then there we have it. And then, like I said earlier, if you happen to notice that there's some longer pieces that are sticking out, you can always go back in and trim it to your liking. So I ended up making this little ice cream cone garland out of my ice cream cones. This is also fairly easy to do. All you really need is some thread, and then you do need to find a really large sewing needle like this one here. You need a big one just because it is going to be going through the center of the palms where we tied our knots. So you should feel some resistance when you put the needle through the palm. If it's too easy, it will just eventually fall off of the thread, and we don't want that. And that is how you make pom-pom ice cream cones. I hope that if you're able to make this fun little summer project, that you have just as much fun as I did. I know I enjoyed pretty much every step, especially the palm making. I think that was probably my favorite part once I learned how to do it. So I encourage you to have fun with it, get creative with different color combinations. You can even come up with different topping ideas, like this little cherry I added to mine. So have fun, and I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a very sweet day.